Hi, my name is Blair Glenn. I am an ISA certified arborist and the owner of Saratoga Tree Service. I was asked to look at this very large black walnut tree that is located downtown Campbell near the railroad tracks. The tree has been here for a very long time and is of historical significance. The reason I was called out to look at the tree at this time was that a large section of dead bark fell off and hit the ground, and someone alerted the city of Campbell. I have been working on this tree for, close to 20 years. And unfortunately, it is a tree that is in a serious state of decline. There's a bit of a battle going on between old decaying wood and new active tissue enveloping the old wood and keeping this tree alive. There's evidence of old car crashes having hit the tree and areas where lots of dried out wood is exposed. But on the positive side, black walnut trees decay very, very slowly, and even areas of large decay will often hang in there for a long time. It's quite sad because when you look at the tree, it looks like it's ready to give up the ghost and die, but amazingly, it seems to leaf out every year. So until this tree does die or becomes so hazardous that you have to take it down, we're going to do everything we can to prolong its life. Back about 1980, this tree was cut back fairly severely all the way around because it had tip dieback, and from a distance, even when the tree was fully leafed out, the whole top of the canopy was nothing but dead branches. We did not do this procedure. However, because the tree has continued to die from the top down, we have continued in reducing the tree for both safety and to cut out the large areas of wood that was nothing but dead. Another unfortunate circumstance is the development of this area. There was a lot of trenching and a lot of work for the railroad tracks, and the area of root zone that the tree once had has been severely compromised and shortened, thus adding to the reduction in lifespan. At this time of year, with the tree being completely dormant, you cannot even tell that there is any life to the tree whatsoever. But amazingly, most of these branches do leaf out. And when they leaf out, the tree actually looks relatively presentable. It looks like a nice big full green tree. It looks pretty sad in the wintertime though. So the best thing that I can recommend is to keep the tree as safe as possible, clean up any of the bark that's starting to shed off and any of the dead branches that may be coming out, and identify the limbs and the areas of the tree that are declining and continue to reduce it as necessary. When you put a placard on an individual tree and recognize its historical significance, everyone knows that this is a special tree and they really want to do everything they can to preserve it. So until it reaches a point of being unsafe, I think we should baby it along and really keep our fingers crossed. There is one area that I can see from the ground, and I'm a little concerned about this because this particular limb does extend out over the road. You can see this little crack in the middle. I'd like to put a little bit of a pressure test on that, tie a rope on it and give it a tug and see if it's showing any signs of weakness. I think it's going to be okay, but I'd like to inspect it just because it's hanging over the road. And as you can see, it doesn't have a whole lot of leverage, and it's only got a few bits of branches that are coming out, but they're fairly important in the overall scheme of a balanced amount of foliage. The tree really isn't balanced at all, but when it does fill out as in its entirety, it looks fairly presentable. And finally, on this image that is probably 20 years old, you can see that there used to be two significant walnut trees. Both of them had been cut back severely a long, long time ago. But this is a better representation of how the trees do fill out in the summertime. So I think you can expect the tree to look fairly good this summer. I looked at it last summer and I was surprised that it looked as good as it did. So let's just all hope for the best and pay attention, and that's all we can do. Thanks for taking the time to view this presentation. My name is Blair Glenn, and I am an ISA certified arborist.